Hello and welcome to Todd Rolls Dice, where it's time for another Sunday preview. It's Sunday the 19th of January, and we have a whole host of Aeldari dropping this week. So this is going up for pre-order on the 25th of January, so next Saturday, and all releasing on the 8th of February, and it feels like the year's flying already. But let's get into this. So this is basically just a big 40k release. I've had a quick scan. It's all Aeldari. We're getting the codex and a load of other stuff. So let's just jump straight in. There's no army box with these guys. As we kind of saw with the reveal, they're just getting a load of new units, some beautiful looking new units. But the codex is going up. We've got a limited edition codex up there as well. God, when was the last 40k proper codex release that wasn't an army box? I can't even remember. But hopefully they've got all the rules right in this book anyway, so, you know, you never know. But the codexes are going up. That is quite a nice cover on the limited edition one as well. I like the star effect. That's kind of cool. Got the dice set and the data cards as well. The dice... don't know what it is. I think it's just me. The colouring is nice, but the just translucent plastic dice just... they look cheap to me. But, you know, they're obviously going for a certain theme. Does it say what the symbol is? It does not. Because I don't think it's just a faction icon. I think it's a certain sect of the Aeldari. I know nothing about the Aeldari, I'll be honest. The Whispering Web is an incredible model. But she's coming too. I remember when we first saw it. It's just a stunning model, isn't it? Absolutely beautiful. If I was much of a painter, I'd even consider picking it up just as a painting project. I love the warp, the web style warp vibe going on, like transporting through, jumping around through the web. It's very cool. Very, very cool. Oh, the web way, isn't it? It's not the web. Warp spiders are coming too. Quite a nice glow up as well. Baratoth, the Cry of the Wind. This was the Swooping Hawks guy. Again, just another, they're just nice models, aren't they? The posing looks really good. Yes, he's jumping off a weird piece of terrain, but it kind of works for me. Kind of like it. Beautiful sword. And obviously the Swooping Hawks are dropping as well. Again, just nice models. The posing is... I have a problem with flying units that are just jumping off rocks all the time. From a sculpting point of view, it's probably easier to do it that way instead of using the plastic stands that were terrible. But they all just sort of look like, well, I don't know, do Swooping Hawks fly or do they just dodge around a little bit? As far as models go that are moving through the air or landing or jumping or whatever, I don't think these poses are that bad, to be honest. So they're coming up as well. Fuegan, the leaked model, an absolute badass model. I love the axe. I love the bit of fire on the Chaos Space Marine helmet there. Just a really, really nice model. And his fire dragons, they're coming too. I'd argue that they're probably the least interesting, because they're just troops with Eldar melter guns, right? But yep, they're coming too. And Asaman, the Hand of Asyan. This was a really cool model, and I know that the face is very similar to previous and lore accurate, but he just looks like a Transformer. I can't unsee it now. And the memes were brilliant when he was first shown off. But a really strong looking pose. I like how he's positioned. He's got a lot of weapons going on as well. Really, really cool model. We're getting a Wave Serpent. Is this just the reboxing? It isn't a new Wave Serpent, is it? It doesn't look any different. With the Falcon assembly option as well. Aeldari Warwalkers. This must just be reboxings. For 10th edition, right? Because I don't remember them being shown off as new. I quite like that. That looks like a ball joint. You'll be able to pose the foot, but I like that the foot sort of drops down and then it... yeah, okay. These are actually quite nice. I don't like the open canopy. But yeah, new Warwalkers, or reboxed Warwalkers. Which is pretty cool. And that's it for model releases. It's a big chunk specifically for the Aeldari. Big one for 40k, this one. After the LVO preview show, we kind of guessed that this would be moving quickly because we've just had the Krieg box, but we still have all the other Imperial Guard stuff to come out. This is coming out in February. I would expect the Krieg wider range, like the second launch wave, and the proper Imperial Guard Codex full release. We'll be hot on the heels of this. And then we have Emperor's Children also coming now, probably now-ish. But I'm expecting them in the next probably 6 weeks to be up for pre-order. So they're really going to have to start getting the ball rolling on 40k. There's still a lot to do. They're coming up into the back end of the sort of 3-year period. I think, will it be July? We'll be going into the final year. They really need to get these codexes pumped out. And I know there's been issues with getting stuff done and just generally with them filling orders and stuff out of stock, getting things printed. Been a lot of delays these last few years. They really need to get the ball rolling, so I expect a lot of 40k coming over the next 12 months, I would say. And then Warhammer TV this week, it's Warhammer Plus. I don't know why it's Warhammer TV. It's the Warhammer TV app, but their branding is such a confusion. But we finally have Return to Cadia. Again, this was teased in my last week in Warhammer video that dropped yesterday. We knew that this was coming on Wednesday. The trailer was really good. I'm looking forward to this one. I do like a bit of Cadian action. They're going back to Cadia, but it's the Rock, but it's Cadia. Yeah, that's going to be an interesting one to find out. And it's the first Hammer and Bolter episode that's actually in 3D animation, I think. So I'm interested to see what they do, and hopefully this sparks the constant release of, hopefully we're going to get one of these every month, or I'd like 2 animated shorts. I mean, they're shorts really, aren't they? They're about 14, 18 minutes long. But I'd like them to start making this content again and getting it dropped. Hopefully they've got some stuff in the bag, but that should be good. And also coming alongside that, we have Scribes and Scriveners, which is talking to Deathworld author Victoria Hayward about her debut novel for Black Library. That could be interesting. That's the Catachan one, isn't it? Deathworlder. And we have the Mech Boys Workshop. I think that this is quite fun. We have a new episode showing how they created Hell's Crown diorama at Warhammer World. Should be interesting to see how they went about it. And it looks like we also have a battle report, with the Ultramarine Second Company taking on an endless horde of Tyranids, 100 Space Marines. This is what I want Warhammer Plus to be doing. I want them to be doing different things. There's not many people who can field 100 Space Marines all painted up and done with the same chapter markings. Certainly for a YouTube production standpoint, obviously there's people who have collections that vast and that big. But I'd like to see that. It looks like they're older models, are they? That backpack doesn't necessarily look like a Primaris backpack, so if it really is... No, there's a Primaris Lieutenant next to him, I think. But yeah, 100 Space Marines against an endless horde of Tyranids. That's always fun, watching Tyranids eat Smurfs. I like that. So that's Warhammer Plus, and they are going Craft World crazy on WarCom next week for coverage focusing on new miniatures, rules, and lore for the Aeldari. I mean, we kind of expected that with the Codex going up. And on top of that, there will be reveals for both Black Library and the Horus Heresy. So Heresy will be Thursday, Black Library probably Monday. There's some good stuff coming. Aeldari we might cover. I think we'll have a look. Otherwise, it's going to be a very, very long last week in Warhammer next week. So we'll jump in, we'll cover bits, we'll look at rules probably for the Aeldari stuff. We'll look at the reveals for Black Library as well, I think. Horus Heresy will leave, but we will cover that next Saturday. It does sound like it's going to be a bumper issue. What I'd like to do next Wednesday is something with Hammer and Bolter. So I'd like to watch it and maybe just give you a 5-minute breakdown of my thoughts on the animation, the design, the story, that sort of stuff. It looks really interesting, and it is just a one-shot, so it's not like this is a series. I don't know. Just like to try something new with this channel, and as they give us content, I enjoy watching it, so I may as well use that. You know, I kind of like to share my views. That was one of the ideas with The Voice of Todd, but movie reviews and things, it's such a crowded market. Maybe Hammer and Bolter reviews is a bit less crowded, and you guys will enjoy it. We'll see. It's a Wednesday problem. But yeah, in all honesty, it's a quiet week. Not a huge amount coming. 2 reboxes and 4 new characters, 4 squads. 4 new characters, 3 squads, a codex, some cards, and some dice. It's all for the Aeldari, so Aeldari fans, it's probably going to be an expensive pre-order next Saturday if you want it all. Yeah, there's only one. Pick of the preview has to be Lycus the Whispering Web. Just a beautiful model. I love everything about it, and I'm not a massive fan of the Aeldari, as I've said multiple times. Yeah. Really, really cool. So there we go. That's our preview for Sunday the 19th. We'll be back next Sunday with another one. Let me know in the comments what your pick of the preview is and if you'll be picking up any of these brand new Aeldari models. But thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one.